Hi everybody, Peter Vogt, the introvert advocate here, and today's video is about the idea that you as an introvert are normal. Your introversion is normal. I wish I didn't have to come right out and say it, but it's true, and we'll get into that. And of course, that comes from this document that I put together that I've been doing some videos on recently. It's called the Introvert's Bill of Rights. It's just the rights you have as an introvert in this extroverted world of ours. And there's both a free version and a poster version available on my website at introvertinsights.com if you'd like to check those out. Let me just quickly read you this right. It's number 8 on the Introvert's Bill of Rights. So again, let me just read this to you quickly, and then we'll just talk about it a little bit, because this one is near and dear to me personally, and I have a feeling it's near and dear to many of you as well, especially if you've ever felt like something's wrong with you because you're an introvert, or maybe more likely somebody in your life has made you think something's wrong with you because you're an introvert. Let me just go ahead and read right number 8 from the Introvert's Bill of Rights. It says, "I have the right to be seen as perfectly normal, or at least as normal as the extroverts of the world. My introversion isn't a character flaw or a malady to be cured, not any more than extroversion. It's a healthy, natural part of who I am." Now, where does this come from? Well, like I said earlier, you may be one of the thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of introverts out there who either on your own has drawn the conclusion or has got it from other people in your life that something's wrong with you simply and solely because you're an introvert. It happens all the time. You see it all the time. One of the places I've seen it the most is in the comments to books like Susan Cain's Quiet. When I read the comments on Amazon, so many people who come to the realization with some kind of phrase like, "Oh my gosh, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just an introvert." And that's what happened to me 25 years ago now, when I first took the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. And I came out as a pretty strong introvert on it. And the one conclusion that I drew from it that has driven me ever since is, "Oh my gosh, Pete, there's nothing wrong with you. You're simply an introvert. You're just an introvert." And that's where this right on the Introvert's Bill of Rights comes from. Let's face it, in Western culture, in American culture in particular, extroversion is kind of seen as the normal thing to be, the right thing to be. I shouldn't even say kind of. It is seen as the right thing to be, the normal thing to be, the thing to be. Introversion, on the other hand, is that other thing. It's seen as the thing you don't want to be. It's seen as some kind of a character flaw or some sort of thing that's wrong with you that needs to be fixed, that needs to be cured. There's actually, speaking of Susan Cain and her book Quiet, which I highly recommend, by the way, she gave this a name called the extrovert ideal. And another author that I'm very, very fond of and very impressed with her work is Lori Helgo, who wrote the book Introvert Power. She calls this same phenomenon the extroversion assumption, which is nothing more than the fact that extroversion is the thing to be and introversion, in her words, is the other thing, some kind of deviation. I've got my own name for this. I call it the extroversion default. Our country in America and our Western culture more broadly, we default to extroversion being the right thing to be, the thing to be. And introversion, we tend to default to it being the thing not to be, the wrong thing to be. And so that's what this right on the Introvert's Bill of Rights is all about. If you've, by the way, experienced this whole idea that you feel like something's wrong with you simply and solely because you're an introvert, and or other people in your life make you feel that way, I've actually given that phenomenon a name, and I call it the introvert shame phenomenon. It's rampant and it's really damaging. And just in the last few days, I added a pretty lengthy, meaty page to my website called the introvert shame phenomenon. You can check it out. It's right, very obvious on one of the menu items up on top, called the introvert shame phenomenon. Check it out if you'd like to read more about this. I've got, like I said, quite a lot of detail there about what it is, where it comes from, what it's all about, and what you can and can't do about it in this extroverted society of ours. The bottom line is that we have to push back against this as introverts. You do, I do, everybody does. As an introvert, you're normal. As an extrovert, you're normal. Doesn't seem that way at this time from the messages we get from society, but that's what's true, and that's what this right on the Introvert's Bill of Rights is all about. You are normal as is. You are good as is as an introvert. Every bit as much as an extrovert is good as is as an extrovert. So let me recap once again. Let me just read this again. It comes from the Introvert's Bill of Rights. It's number 8 on the list. As you might have detected by now, it's a bit near and dear to me. Let me just read it to you again. You have the right to be seen as perfectly normal, fellow introvert, or at least as normal as the extroverts of the world. Your introversion is not a character flaw or a malady to be cured or fixed, not any more than extroversion is. It's just a healthy, natural part of who you are. So keep that in mind, not only today, but if there's one to keep in mind for your entire life, I hope this is the one that you'll pick. Again, it comes from the Introvert's Bill of Rights. If you want to check that out on my website, please do. And as always, thanks for watching this video and all the other ones that I've produced. I put out a couple a week. And if you find them helpful, if you find this one helpful, please share it with other people in your life. And please feel free to subscribe to these videos on both Instagram or on YouTube if you'd like to be notified when a new one comes out. In the meantime, if you'd like to learn more about the work I do with introverts and introversion, which includes, by the way, not just written work in these videos, but an entire coaching and online course program called Be the Introverts You Are, please be sure to visit my website and check all the things out there at introvertinsights.com. Hope you're having a great day. I hope that the weeks and months ahead go even better for you. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.